All right, brand new month, 2025. You have goals, right? No, that is total crap. Stop having goals. Those are lofty little dreams that you want with your family and what you want to do with your money. What we want to do is targets. Why targets versus goals? I learned this from a coach here locally. His name's Derek Keller. Freaking awesome man. I'm going to put him on this post as well, but I just want to make sure that you understand a target versus a goal. We look at a target because that is what you're ready to aim, shoot, and kill. We're not here to just go, yeah, well, I kind of want to, I do that. We want to make sure that with what you're setting yourself up, whether it's by next week, next month, next quarter, half a year, 6 months, 12 months, doesn't matter how long it takes, but knowing that that's your target and what to do to get there. And being that hyper focus will allow you to get there. And I'm excited for you. If you do start doing targets, share them with me. Post it alongside me. I want to hear about it, share about it. Put it down below in the comments here on my YouTube page, because I want to be that person next to you and cheering you on when I see you and you're accomplishing every inch, moving that needle, as we all like to say, but covering every inch to get towards that target. I want to be there alongside you. So, I set a goal for myself. I wanted to make sure my first year as being completely fully commissioned back in 24 was going to be $100,000. I'm not relying on anyone else but myself. And so as I continued and working through this, I hit my goal, but at the same time, I felt like a complete boat in the ocean without a navigation system. I'm just grinding. I'm just cranking away. As you probably saw me at an event, or you probably saw me at different meetings, and trying to capture every relationship I can and help grow the business. And luckily, I got there. But that's the thing. It was luck. And I don't want luck anymore. I want to be focused. I want to have complete hyperactivity, the intensity towards what I want to accomplish. And so having a target this year is getting towards adding 50% of my income this year. That is a target. And how to get there, I want to absolutely share with you and with how the framework I've learned in 2025 to make sure that all of us are getting towards those targets. So again, what is your target? Want to hear that. I want to see that. Post it up. Let's make it happen. And I am your cheerleader already, making sure you get to that point. But now the framework. What does it take to say you have this target, but now you want to know how to drill that down? What does this really mean? And ultimately, you can have multiple targets. Doesn't mean you got to have one for 2025. You have multiple targets for 2025, but then drilling each of those down with certain framework so that it's specific and you know exactly why you're doing what you're doing. You know exactly what can be in front of you, what's going to be those obstacles. So let's dive into that. Brandon Bouchard is a coach, an international coach. You probably heard of him. If not, if you just Google that name, they will show up. I promise. He is all about personal development. Brings in different, the different types of coaches or different types of people in the different industries, and sharing exactly whatever honing in personal development or honing in on your personal development in any way possible. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, doesn't matter what you're doing. This framework will allow you to hit targets. The biggest thing and the acronym for this is called DOORS. This is something that my business partner, Bryce Franson, has shared with us as a team, done a webinar. We're coaching people left and right in all industries, in all different types of ways to make sure you hit targets. And so what DOORS is an acronym. The first part is definition. D is definition. If you need to write that down, pause, whatever you got to do. You are defining exactly what that target is. As I mentioned, mine was, I want 50% more income this year than what I made last year. Keep building. I want to keep building on top of that. So define it. Exactly specific, very, very specific, maybe in 2 sentences tops. That's your definition of your target. First O of DOORS is going to be your objective. When accomplishing this target, why? What is that objective? If I'm making more money, what am I doing? My why is putting my family in a better financial situation down the road. Something I'm preaching all the time with my clients, right? Buying a house, you got to understand your debts. You got to understand where your money's going and what's going on. I want to make sure I'm continuing leveling up that piece of our family and our family finances. So getting after debts, the vacations, those are the objectives. Why do I want 50% of income? Not because I want more money. No, I want to have an amazing experience with a vacation over the summer. Or I want to pay off some debts and get after open up the income because, of course, if you know me, I have a second child all going to college coming up soon. So let's see how we got to make sure we frame our finances. My wife and I will get after what we have to do. So there's some things we got to clean up and take care of our personal finances. That's the objective, right? Not just making money. Why am I making more money? The second O, obstacles. I love this part of this equation or this acronym, because now you get to speak out exactly what you think is going to hinder you or trip you up to get after your target. Speak it out loud and speak it to the rooftops, because what's going to happen is that when that obstacle comes, you already know. It's already there in front of you. You already thought about it. You're going to think about it because it's written down. It's in front of you, and you're going to know exactly what that obstacle is and how to overcome it. And now that obstacle is not just big, gigantic wall and an excuse. Well, I like to say an excuse to say you didn't hit your target. You did speak that obstacle. So therefore, you know how to overcome it and continue. So maybe it's a little slower. You hit that obstacle. Maybe it's a little slower than the quarter of getting after that target. Maybe now it's 5 months, not 3 months. That's okay. But at least you're able to speak it to the world. But what's even cooler about that, and I think more savvy, pro tip, get after the people that have overcome that obstacle. When you start speaking that or sharing it, you're probably going to hear, oh, I've done that before. I actually hit that roadblock. And now you're talking to a person that actually went above and beyond it. And you already got the handbook to take care of your obstacle. If you're taking care of your obstacle and you have the handbook right away, you are going to hit that target faster than expected. Obstacles is a big piece in this whole framework of hitting those targets with doors. R is my favorite because I'm a blueprint guy. What does that mean? I love processes. R means routine. Routine is everything. Your activity each and every day, each and every week will get you to where you need to go. Sometimes it stinks. You're like, I think like 3 weeks ago, I'm just honing in all the, I was blessed with some new leads, new business coming in, but I have a routine. I got to get after a certain amount of phone calls and certain things that are structured within my CRM. I have to get after different partners and making sure I'm in front of them as often as possible to make sure the business keeps running. So your routine, even though things are coming in through, you have to continue to understand what that routine is. Okay, so we defined our target. We know why we have our target with our objective. We know our obstacles. And now the routine is going to allow us to get there each and every day. Whatever you're writing down as that routine, handle it. Do it. And sometimes the routine may need to be tweaked here and there. Does it have to be completely scratched off and thrown to the trash? Not at all, but maybe it has to be tweaked. And so as you do your routine, pro tip, go ahead and make sure you're writing down what's successful and what's unsuccessful. As you hone in on those things in those conversations, collaborating with more partners, collaborating with people in your office, whoever you need to, your coach, that's going to allow you to track down exactly and hone in on that routine throughout the year and hitting that target. Routine is a lot of work and a lot of tracking. And I think a lot of people goes, okay, I got to do, but don't realize I got to look back as well. What did I do this day? Journal that piece. I did this in my routine. This is what worked, this is what didn't. It is truly everything you need to help you get there. That's R. Now we have S, socialization. I like to say that's a fancy word for accountability, right? Being in your environment, being social with what you got going on, and having an accountability partner is exactly what you have to have. It doesn't matter if you're self-employed, you're sitting in your house or your office and you're by yourself all the time, no matter what you're doing, you got to find some accountability partners. And those that are great accountability partners are going to be probably your referral partners. But socialization is just making sure you're having the right community around you, whether it is a person or people, or maybe it's a networking group that you go once a week or every other week or once a month or both. Just get yourself out there and get around people. Socialize. That is a huge success and key factor of all successful people. I'm learning that as we speak and reading on that. Good book, Key Person of Influence. Wonderful, wonderful book. So I'm reading that right now, and I truly believe that you can be a key person of influence. Socialization will definitely get you there. And of course, eventually you hit your targets. Now that we went through that framework, kind of get a little bit of what doors means, and now you should have targets. You definitely should have targets. If you have targets, you know people that need targets, share this. Share this framework with anyone you know that you know for a fact that has to get honed in on their targets, not their goals. So share this video, comment below. I want to see what you're all about. I want to know exactly how to get you there. If I could present a relationship or present a blueprint process, I'm here for you.